Good morning, fellow travelers. Just Jeremiah here, leaving my place. Yesterday I did a successful 15 and a half hour shift with no break and kept, in a great mood. I worked hard. I did step outside to load my joke and quote of the day, and that's the only break I took. I just took a 10-second clip twice and uploaded it, and that's the only break I took. I got to meet a cool brother and sister pair that met from different parts of the world here in Hawaii. And it was David and Jillian. They were so cool, super nice. If they're watching now, hey, what's going on? You guys are awesome. We got to have some interesting conversation. I got to talk about weird stuff. I do that too much sometimes, but they were so smart. When I talk to smart people, it's hard not to mention what's going on in my life. And yeah, I mentioned the Ilipina wolf thing. Look at this. They give it to you as your badge of honor there. So I'm bronze. Eventually I'll make it up to silver. And if you're a manager, you become gold. Kind of funny, but it's a wolf look. Not even House Stark. Yeah, so I had some great conversation. That was neat. I worked, got the bar set up. I didn't get the liquor list and grab the wine in time by 4. My goal is to get all that stuff done, but today I'm going in after my open yesterday, so it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be real nice. My hair's crazy, but I'll figure it out. Got a nice Danish from my roommate / landlord David. I got my tips from the past week, so we get them at the middle of the next week. It's kind of weird, I don't know. And there's no transparency. Whatever. But yeah, so I got my tips. I got my paychecks. Fuck, I left them back at home. So I'll be able to go to Walmart tonight and get my checks cashed. And yeah, I'll get a bank account then, but seriously, all my money's been going towards just paying rent since I got here in November. At least once I started living indoors. And yeah, so I'm gonna get to pay him a day early, like I had told him, which is neat because I like to follow through with what I say. And then who knows about tonight? I have a night off, which I didn't expect. And yeah, I don't know. There's some girl that I would talk to for the past 2 days, just very briefly, hello, from a dating site. And then she was potentially talking about meeting up tonight, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. I try not to hold any type of expectation when it comes to that stuff. And honestly, I don't put much energy in it until we meet. I used to try so hard to hey, talking back and forth and let's meet. I got to convince them to meet me. No, fuck all that. You know what I mean? I'm not going to talk to a stranger who I haven't met yet more than I do my friends and family. It's just not going to happen. You know, what that is them trying to get you to jump through hoops so they can feel like their ego's boosted or they've got power. And boost your own power and ego. That's what I try. I mean, seriously. So luckily I haven't had to respond much, and they're talking about potentially meeting. I don't know. But to be honest, I'd bail on that girl if, Jillian and David wanted to hang out. They were super cool. And, Jillian was pretty awesome. Of course, David is too, but I'm attracted to females, so love you, David. And that's not a weird comment about him being whatever. He's got not supposedly, but yeah, he's got a beautiful girlfriend or wife who's intelligent and awesome, and go David. But yeah, so that's what's going on with my life. I'm going into work. I work 7:30 a.m. to 4. So yeah, I got home last night at midnight, later than midnight, and got back up to go back to work at 7:30 again, my 40-minute bus / walking trip. And things are going great. My YouTube is doing well. The joke of the day, quote of the day thing, holy crap. Just to be clear, I know all those jokes. It's gonna be a while till I have to start looking up jokes. I know hundreds of jokes. From years of bartending and having a crazy memory and being neurodivergent, which is basically on the verge of autism, except autism with empathy. I've got the quote of the days, which I know a lot of quotes, but seriously, I have to like look it up so I can figure out who it is. And yeah, I got like 4,000 views on the one joke of the day recently. I reached almost 6,000 views in a single day, which is like way higher than I ever got in the slabs. My watch time isn't quite as high. I'm getting around 60 hours of watch time a day, which is good. And so I'm just gonna keep uploading, and I'm almost caught up. Once I'm caught up, what do you think? I know the answer. Should I start uploading my Burning Man content, or should I start uploading the beginning of my Hawaii content that I missed? Let me know in the comments. Hey, I gotta go. My arm's tired and I gotta run to the bus. Later. This is the name of that wolf demon who's a Marquis of Hell and controls 30 legions of demons. And it has griffin wings and is a wolf. And this was sitting over here. And I keep getting people telling me about wolves and wolfmen. And this is at my job at Il Lupino, who's owned by Wolfgang. And I am either losing it or I'm in the Matrix, and I have no clue which.
Bro, you're in both. You're in the
Dude,
Matrix.
I still have the chills. I've had them for about 2 minutes now. Bro, since I saw that. What the fuck? Well, I just got out of work and it was a really nice shift. I say that, but in the moment it was tough. There was no manager. I didn't have a bank. I had to make my own cash. Luckily, I carried it on me. There's no hostess, no dishwasher, and I love the server guy. I mean, he's awesome. Shane is awesome, but I call him Wreck-It Ralph. He's not super organized, and he just, man, and I'm trying to tell him like in a nice way, and it's tough when I'm that busy, but like, dude, what you do and don't do at the restaurant reflects on all of us. Like if I'm trying to build the business up by, it's raining. If I'm trying to build the business up by treating guests the right way, you know, like he wants to just let tables be dirty until they sit down and then wipe it onto their laps. And I'm just like, brother, you can't. So I have so many responsibilities, but he's like hiding in the back and I'm like bussing his tables. I'm like hosting, I'm like seating people, greeting the door, making reservations. I'm like, yeah, like seriously, I'm like doing dishes. He's doing dishes too, but like and then I'm taking tables when it's like I'm just supposed to set up the bar, and I'm happy to take tables, but it's like I had so many responsibilities I had to ignore. And you know, he's just younger and they haven't had anyone there that's like, I hate to say it this way, but a strong leader. And so yeah, today was so frustrating, but I'm out. It's a beautiful evening. I have off. It's nice outside. I'm headed up to my place to grab my paychecks, to go down to Walmart, to cash them, to head up and pay my rent a day early. Because it's better to be early. Early is on time is late. I hated when people said that to me as a kid, but I love who I am now. I'm proud of me. Yeah. Funny, trolls are not liking these jokes. What do you think of the joke of the day? Should I just try to keep it not offensive? I try to make sure to evenly distribute the offense towards everyone. So plenty of redneck jokes because I'm white. I don't do any racist jokes. You know, some of the jokes might be slightly sexist, but I'm trying to avoid super offensive stuff, and people are triggered. But the thing is, those same people aren't clicking on my quote of the day. They're only clicking on the joke of the day, and then they're triggered. It's like, I think they run around wanting to feel triggered because it gives them a heightened sense of virtue through their virtue signaling. I'm so much better than this guy. I can't believe he says that. Like, get a life. Luckily, YouTube only harasses you for offensive jokes if you're monetized. So it's like, I don't think I'm ever gonna get monetized. I don't think I care. Like, money is awesome, but yeah, I don't feel the need to get monetized. So yeah, this hill's such a bitch. Whew. I got this though. What do you think of my jokes of the day? Yeah, what do you think of the quotes of the day? Should I add a science fact of the day? You know, I'm thinking about it, adding like You know, just something quick on a short. The shorts are getting me a lot of views. Again, I reached like 6,000 views the other day. It's higher ever than like my Slab City. And again, about 66 hours a day. So if I held 66 hours a day for 30 days, or 28, that's like 60 times 30. That's like 1,800. What is it? 60. Sorry, times 30 is 1,800. It's like 1,800 hours a month. The most I've ever reached is 4,000 hours in a month, which was a lot. I'm at 1.1 right now. Killing it with the traction. The joke of the day is really helping me. And it's funny because I'm losing a lot of subscribers, but I feel like I'm losing less subscribers from the jokes than I am from just like darker Shasta, not darker Slab City folk who got on originally to see some dude in the. Sorry, but the slabs are super satanic. Not everyone's there into that stuff. Most people are just the smokescreen, but dude, they're openly into black magic on the reg. Like, it's not just like something funny and like hip to do and talk about, but like, yeah, they're into that stuff. And I feel like a lot of them don't like the light that I'm trying to spread. So I'm sure that's not the only reason why people are leaving my channel. But at the same time, more people are coming in than are leaving and just taking out the garbage. Not that they're garbage, but yeah, there's a little bit of balance on my channel. I say funny jokes. I share a quote. I talk about positivity and healing. I talk about the darkness. I don't know. You like it or you don't. And at this point, I'm done worrying about my subscriber count. I'm done worrying about, you know, anything but the impact I can spread. Like, am I creating a positive or a negative impact? That's what I care about. And although the jokes might offend some, it seems to make a lot of you laugh. And although a lot of you might not like the darkness, I'm probably gonna start that podcast channel too. I'm just going over branding. Critical Conjecture would be nice, because it is going to be a podcast based around what we now call conspiracy theories and such. But at the same time, I think I don't want to be tied into just that stuff. I want to talk about everything and interview everything. You know, geopolitics and, you know, health and medicine, neuroscience, epigenetic memory, psychology, the new dark empath trait. You know, I want to talk about everything. So I'm not sure if Critical Conjecture fits what I'm aiming towards, and I'd love any suggestions so that I can basically say, nope, not that. Because in reality, that's how brainstorming works. Brainstorming isn't you telling me something and I'm like, okay, that's it. In brainstorming, a group comes together and they come up with lots of ideas. And what they've proven is that a group that doesn't brainstorm won't get as far with their ideas. But a group that does brainstorm, they will. And what if they've gone back and reconstructed how things flowed, that the best final answer always came from some bullshit tangent off to the side. That being afraid of saying some bullshit tangent will keep you from getting to the best answer. Being willing to think completely outside of the box in a group while brainstorming. So many people get this knee-jerk reaction. You just said that, that's stupid. That has no place in brainstorming. Brainstorming is literally every idea that could exist, let's throw it out there and write it on. And again, these business executives who use brainstorming, these people in the government and the high levels, these people who know what's going on and are able to think critically in a group, they understand and they're taught, which I was taught in the Gifted program, that there's no wrong answers while brainstorming, and that those weird, off-the-wall ideas will only further cause people to think outside the box. I'm running. And find the best answer. So, if you give me an answer and you're like, this, please don't be offended if I don't just choose your answer. At the same time, your answer, which to me might seem off the wall, might be what leads me to what I want and what I believe. So it took me a while to brand the Just Jeremiah's Journey. I love the name. the way it went, the fact that it doesn't tie me down. And I'm specifically looking for something that doesn't tie me down to specific topics. It's going to be about interviews that are thought-provoking. Maybe something around thinking outside the box, you know? If I'm thinking outside the box, it's not just crazy talk. It's just, you know, I like to challenge worldviews. So if that helps you at all, please give me some suggestions. I'd love it. And I'm loving you. Peace. I got home. Live right up. Yep. There. Right there in that door. So I'm gonna go, change, grab my paycheck, cash it, come back, and then, yeah, maybe I can find a date tonight. That'd be awesome. I'm not that homely. I mean, come on. I hate to say it, but the problem is that I'm too smart to put up with bullshit, which has nothing to do with my intelligence level. It has to do with my bullshitometer, which is pretty fucking high. So I really don't put up with anyone's BS. And I don't want anyone that puts up with mine. And a lot of times nowadays, people are just seeking codependencies. So BS is the name of the game. I'd rather be single than deal with any of that crap. But at the same time, I'm gonna try. So here's to trying. Wish me luck to not spending the night alone. There's at least a yoga thing to go to. Sending positive energies to Ukraine. And I think I'm gonna go to that, but I gotta hurry. Here, we've got the light Hawaiian rain that I love. It's not quite rain because it like evaporates as it touches you. I'm looking for that rainbow. Did you know that rainbows don't occur midday because a rainbow is a 42 degree radius, and the rainbow has to be, the sun has to be below 42 degrees from the horizon in order to have one. Also, whenever you're in winter, the sun is lower in the horizon because it's farther to the south and then while you're in the northern hemisphere. And so you can have a rainbow at noon or midday, whereas in the summer, the sun is usually up above you in the northern hemisphere. Or in like the spring or fall, you know, it's more directly above you. And in midday, you can't have one. You can only have one towards the evening or the morning. Rainbow facts here in the Rainbow State. Let's see what's going on down here. So I got my walk down to town. It feels nice to have a night off. This is what it feels like. If I can have nights off and a social life, man, I'll be set. So I'm probably going to hit up some of those girls that I met at my friend's freedom fighter party the other day. And then I'll see if that dating site girl, it looks pretty awesome. She plays the harp. She's tall, she's like 6 foot. You know, we'll probably just end up being friends. That's how I go into a lot of the dating site stuff, is I don't go into it like a dog, and I'm pretty much an awesome gentleman. And honestly, I mean, there's rare circumstances where you can tell that they just want one thing, and sometimes I don't want it, and sometimes I'm a person. Yeah, I'll be real. But yeah, that's not my goal when I go into most of them. To be honest, more than anything, I want companionship and like human connection. So we'll see if she's got time. She has plans with her friends, and it'd be great to meet up. And again, that Jillian chick who seems really awesome, she has plans with her friends as well. So I doubt that she'll be reaching out to like try to hang out before she leaves, but who knows? I'm still a little girl crazy, but that's because I've been so pent up, just like sitting in my room doing YouTube and working nonstop. And again, since I don't dip that pen in company ink, which is my way of being funny and saying I don't go out of my way to flirt heavily and try to pursue anything with people I work with, yeah, I just haven't had much chance to flirt, and I miss it. So yeah, the other option is go to the yoga meetup, which of course is going to be filled with women, and I would love to learn more. And yeah, so one of those options is going to strike my fancy. I just need to go down and buy some more hair gel. I'm almost out. Get my paycheck cashed. Maybe grab a few items to be able to cook for dinner, even though I've got lots more tuna casserole. Dinner in the next few days. I might even buy a stand mirror since I hadn't last time, and I now have a small surplus of money. I basically have half my rent covered for next week, and by this Friday I'll be, which is, what, today's Wednesday? Today's Thursday. By tomorrow I'll be able to pay for my whole rent for next month on the 1st, which is kind of cool. Yeah, things are good. I'm just working towards awesomeness, and although I'm not quite there, every day I'm closer. It feels good. I feel the stress coming off. I can feel my blood pressure when it rises, and it did today at work, but I can just feel like waves coming off of me with the stress and pressure of like trying to integrate back into society, and just knowing that, yeah, I'm integrated back into society. How crazy is that? I'm growing the beard back. Sorry, Dave. We'll see how long I go. Maybe I'll switch it up, but I think it looks good right now. I could go a little longer. I do miss those glorious curls, though. Yesterday I had a guy named Carlos hit me up. He had driven me from Oregon up into Washington. I think it was whenever I had left Burning Man before my mom passed. And Carlos was pretty great. We drank a few beers. He sent me a photo, and I didn't even recognize myself. Oh my gosh. It was so cool. I loved my mustache and beard, looked like perfect and awesome. I missed that me. But this me's not bad. And this is me just working towards that me with the ability to make money and stay happy. Oh, I'm gonna go real quick. It's weird talking about different me's, but I've always felt like there's lots of different me's, and I miss them, and I end up missing them. Honestly, I remember in the past thinking how much I missed my old self and the self that traveled and didn't give a crap. And at this point, I am that self. I'm in Hawaii, like, you know, I'm just trying to mix the different aspects of myself. So rather than having 1 or 5 selves, I'm taking the best little pieces, like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet, and taking the best pieces of different selves and putting them together, and like a Mr. Potato Head. That's it. Mr. Potato Head. I'm gonna have to remember to put that on this video then. It'll get so much easier to name videos once I am caught up. I think I'm like 5-6 days away from catching up on my backlog. It's been tough. It's so much work. I mean, you saw, or you didn't, it takes an hour to like edit a video and go through the whole process, and wow, like, it just hurts my brain. It's a lot of work and a lot of pressure. I can't even imagine how much work it's going to be to do my Burning Man stuff, but I guess we'll see. I'm loving this rain, this spritzing as we speak. Just waiting for that rainbow. Yeah. I could just go on about how happy I am and how positive I am. Maybe I am. I miss Jamie, though. Jamie, I called the wrong Jamie. When Jamie was leaving, I called her friend. I met Jamie and Jamie at the hot springs, and it's Jamie, whatever her last name is, I won't say, and then it's Jamie Umpqua on my, man, cute girl on a moped. She didn't look back. And it's Jamie Umpqua from Philadelphia. So I went to call Jamie to say bye when she was leaving, and I called the wrong Jamie, who just ignores me. Double. So this is where she worked, up here at this hospital. And so, yeah, this is where I saw her the one time walking past, and I miss her. The only other friend I have here that I knew before was my friend Camila, the beautiful Brazilian freediver, who's now a mother. But she's awesome, and she's just busy being a mom. And yeah, I'm just some guy who, we had a great time. Her and her father and I, when I lived in the Keys, I was kind of like their unofficial tour guide, and I became a family friend. But I just haven't had the time, and neither has she, and it's so hard because the best people in life are the ones who are too busy to hang out, generally. Something that you only realize as you become a true adult, not just someone who's over the age of 18 or someone who pays their own bills, is that usually the people who are bad for your life and bad for you are the people who always have free time, the most available people. And you know, you can fill your lives with them, and I call them fillers, but fillers are not good for you. You hang out with them more than you hang out with friends or acquaintances. Then you have acquaintanceships. They're people you don't really know that well, you don't hang out with that often. And then you have friends, and when you're an adult who's aiming towards friends who have a lot going for them, often they don't have time. You know, sometimes you'll have friends that you don't talk to for 2 or 3 years. And most people won't ever understand because all they have are what's called frenemies. And frenemies are people who you keep in your life. And the moment they're not around, you just trash talk them to everyone else. And without realizing it subconsciously, you're keeping them around as friends just to have someone to talk down, to build yourself up. And the majority of people, I mean, I heard it on PR, the majority of people have never even had a real friend. So again, I don't know if most people would understand that you can go months or years without talking to a friend and then everything's still the same, but that's a real concept. I'm blessed to have the friends I do. I have friends from all over the country, all over the world. Crap, there's people I consider friends who I never even met, who were kind enough to reach out through Instagram for my YouTube. I've got friends that have reached out from Scotland and Ireland, the UK, Australia, Washington State, all different parts of the country. I'm truly blessed. To be able to call someone a friend who I've never physically met, that's a blessing, and I will never take that for granted. We live in such a magical day and age, and as much darkness as it can bring, it's our choice if we accept the darkness, and our choice if we take the weapon of social media and use it as a tool for good, running. So that's what I'm trying to do. Use it as a tool for good. I have money, I gotta buy the extra SD card because I keep having to delete stuff, so just remember that, hell yeah. Whew, I talk a lot. Makes me out of breath. Loving you. See ya. There's the rainbow in the background. Can you see it? Awesome.